Good morning, beautiful souls. Welcome back to your daily divine messages from Spirit. If this video found you, this message is for you, and there is indeed a message for you to hear. For this is about the third attempt that I tried going live. The camera position, but for those who might be feeling a bit impatient, I'm hearing with life, the impatience of manifestation, the impatience of trying to just get things done, get things taken care of. I'm hearing the to-do list, trying to just check all the boxes off, hurry up and check them off, because it just feels like there is so much to do and not enough life to do it. If you're feeling frustration in getting things started, or if you are on a time crunch, this is the hustle and bustle of December as well. The end of the year, we're trying to hurry up and check things off our list. This is also the holiday season, so we have this obliged expectation to, have decorations and get presents and, see people and go to these, holiday events, right? Donate to places at the end of the year so that you can write them off on taxes. Like, whatever the case is, trying to figure out how to get everything all set and done. And that can feel very, very wavering. And there's so much Palo Santo that's being lit right now because there's so much clearing that needs to be done right now. And the reason why this downloaded message of impatience is coming through, well, because I was sensing it, just trying to get onto this message, trying to hurry up and have this message be done, and that's not the intention, is for it to just hurry up and have the message be done, right? But maybe that's what we're accidentally putting into the world. Maybe that's what we're accidentally making others feel, or making even, spirit feel rushed. And that's not a very good feeling, to rush divine, to rush your timing, to rush your being. And this retrograde season that we're in, with many, many planets in retrograde, the most recent, Mercury and Mars. Mars just went retrograde on the 7th. Mercury went retrograde on the 25th of November, and we're going to be in these retrogrades for a couple more months for the Mars retrograde in Leo, and then a couple more weeks, or about a week or so, for the Mercury retrograde. However, there's still a couple week post shadow. And I actually think that this is perfectly timed, because being that these planets are in these signs of fire signs, Leo and Sagittarius, it can be so easy to just rush. Not to mention Chiron is in retrograde through the sign of Aries. So to have all these really, These planets are of communication, of our consciousness, of transportation, of technology, of our wounding, of our healing, right? They're of our passion. And so to have these planets in retrograde in these fire signs as well is very, very timely made, because at the end of this year, it is just so intense. And I think our collective is starting to finally realize that, like, we don't have to do it all. It doesn't all have to be done. You can't take it all with you at the end of the day. So what you're spending your time, your efforts, your energy, your money, your mind, your thoughts, your worries on matters more than, you know, just trying to keep up with the Kardashians, just trying to move along with the hustle and bustle, because that's what's happening, right? That's what everyone else is doing. You know, I had my son's birthday party this past weekend, and for some reason Spirit wants me to share this with you, but I was so stressed in ways of wanting to make sure that my son had a good birthday party, or wanting to make sure he had a good birthday, you know. And, you know, for moms who have children who are on the autism spectrum and are just beautiful, brilliant starseeds in general. And just so happens that my son is a Sagittarius sun and a Leo rising. So for Mars to go retrograde in the sign of Leo days before his birthday, actually the day before his birthday, it was a big birthday in the planet for him. You know, the moon was also in Pisces, which is his moon. So it was just like a lot of things aligning that were connecting to him, but also that means big emotions, big experiences. And luckily he had a beautiful birthday, but I was so worried about being able to afford, right? This is the theme of this year. The theme of this season is, can I afford birthdays, Christmases, holidays? Can I afford, you know, travel? Can I afford, on top of the rest of the, just your everyday living expenses that don't get any cheaper, you know, like your expenses every day are already there. And then on top of that, you have these external expectations. And wanting my son to be happy, wanting my son to enjoy his year, and wanting my son to feel loved and appreciated. And I felt that it had to be in this material way. I felt like he had to go, you know, do something that made, you know, that celebrated him. And what I'm teaching him is that the only way that he can enjoy his birthday is if people are doing stuff for him or celebrating him, or if he's getting gifts. And that's hard to also like balance as a mother. And I apparently I need to share this and stop shuffling, because I'm talking to somebody here. So if you're listening and this resonates with you, then this message is also, this is something that Spirit wants me to share with you. Because what I realized, and I posted on his birthday a reflective, you know, post. And the main thing that I realized was, at the end of the day, what my son has taught me is that I don't have to do it all. That I don't have to show him my, you know, worthiness as his mother, or his worthiness as my son, in all of these things. That all he really cares about is that he knows I love him. That he knows he's special, that he knows he's worthy and lovable. And being lovable does not indicate how many presents or what kind of birthday party he has, or how many friends come to his party, or what. Yes, I wanted the experiences for him. I wanted him to experience life, because one of his things with his ASD is that socializing is a big thing for him. He gets nervous about socializing. He doesn't really connect with kids his own age. He's very, very, to himself. And so wanting to just like experience life with him, for him, wanting him to experience life was like very stressful for me because I felt like it had to be a certain way. I felt like I had to do certain things. And so I reached out to family members who would support and sponsor his birthday, experiences. And I'm grateful forever for the support of my family to come together as, my son's village. But really, ultimately, the message was clear that he would have been just as fine having a couple of his cousins over, eating pizza, watching movies, playing his games. Like, he doesn't need all of this extra stuff. I didn't need to go out on a limb and say, hey, can you help? I'm grateful that I did have, give myself that permission to practice asking for support from my village, because as an Aries myself, I have a hard time asking for help. But at the same time, I didn't have to. So maybe this is a message for those, whether you're a parent or not, especially during this time of the holiday, end of the year season. Maybe you're having a hard time paying your, all your bills because you're trying to get presents for your family or kids. And Spirit is saying, this is the time. The retrograde seasons are telling us that it's okay to rest. It's okay to relax. It's okay to take a beat. It's okay to take a pause and a break. And it's also okay to do less. That doesn't mean you love less. And that doesn't mean that you don't care for your beloveds. Okay? And it's also okay to ask for help if you need it. So let's see. Look at this. Beautiful. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. This is to tell us that we are the master manifestors. We are the co-creators with Spirit, with Divine. That we don't have to do it all on our own. Because Spirit is with us. Magic is with us. Trust and believe in magic. There was a moment where magic has come through so many times just this last couple days. And I was sharing with my mom, I trust and believe that this, this income is going to come through from this gig and blah, blah, blah. And sure enough, as soon as I put that into the ethers, as soon as I surrendered to the fear that I didn't have enough, as soon as I trusted that everything will come and fall into its place at perfect timing, I have this inkling. Spirit said, why don't you go check your mailbox to just see if that check came in? The check that I've been waiting for still didn't come in, but what did come in was a check that I was not expecting yet. And then it was 8 times as much. Thank you, Spirit. Okay? So these are things that we are learning to reassess during retrogrades. All the retrogrades are about the words, rewind, reset, reflect. This is why I love doing the 21-day soul cleansing journeys that I hold every year, especially towards the end of the year. And during this retrograde season, I think this is a perfect time to reflect, reassess, to reset. And for those who are interested, I am starting my 21-day soul cleansing journey this Thursday, 12/12 portal. That'll go through the end of the year until the first 1/1 portal. So if you want to end this year taking those steps of resetting, releasing, refocusing, recharging, reinventing with that Magician card, with Spirit, with this Ace of Wands. Beautiful. Then I invite you to subscribe to my channel, Princess Leah 888. Hit that notification bell so that you can know whenever I go live. And if it's something that you would like to earn, you know, have the replay if you missed the live, or if you would like to be a part of the weekly, there'll be, you know, daily messages from Spirit Live for the soul cleansing journey, but also weekly extended tarot readings. And if you would like to be a part of that, if you'd like to have those emailed to you, if you would like an included 1 ounce handcrafted tea from my FemRems apothecary, then you can email me at femrems811@gmail.com and we'll get you on that list, that VIP list. And yeah. So anyway, let's continue. There it is. There's our man, the King of Crystals, out once again. Okay, this King of Crystals has continued to come out. And it flew out. You guys saw that. I didn't even want to pick it up for 5 minutes. It flew out. This King of Crystals comes out every other read. I've never seen the King of Crystals come out in any other deck of my readings this much. Okay, the crystals is equivalent of the pentacles. And I just can't help but notice, I always notice that this King of Crystals has a heart activation. Excuse me, my throat needs, so maybe there's some clearing of our throat chakra for a masculine energy, for the masculine collective. Maybe you're masculine watching. Maybe you're thinking of, you know, watching about a masculine, or there's a masculine on your heart, that there's some clarity, some communication that needs to be had. Maybe there are things that have been stuck in your throat that are trying to come through from your heart. Or maybe it's the masculine energy within, right? Because we're talking a lot today about the impatience, feeling like there's not enough time, feeling like there's always something to do, feeling like there's not enough, you know, you're not doing enough. And this is what Spirit wants you to say here, is that Divine is with you with this Ace of Wands, clearing the energy. I knew this Ace of Wands was going to come out because of how big the Palo Santo stick was. I always think of, you know, cleansing the energy with a sage or Palo Santo stick whenever the Ace of Wands comes out, because that is Spirit clearing the path, clearing out all the gunk so that new energy can come through from that heart chakra. But I'm also hearing with this King of Crystals is to clear the lack, scarcity, poverty mentality so that you can come into your abundance that is your birthright. Yes. Thank you, Spirit. Remembering that everything that you do is enough. Everything that you are is enough. There's nothing that you need to do. You just need to be. Interesting that I just went to this deck because I was about to go to the Lemuria, but my hand just went straight to here. I was gonna, I don't know what I was gonna do. Fix that it wasn't perfectly aligned. So maybe that's something as well. Maybe you feel like everything has to be like perfectly aligned. Everything has to be perfect. But Spirit is saying it's not about perfection, okay? It's not about being perfect. You don't have to be the perfect mom. You don't have to be the perfect spouse. You don't have to be the perfect friend, auntie, daughter, sister, brother. You don't have to be the perfect business owner. Just be. Spirit is with you. Someone needs to hear this. Spirit is with you, providing the abundance that is already within you, your birthright. You don't have to do anything to earn the abundance that is your birthright. Yesterday we were talking about how Venus is in Aquarius now. Venus is the planet of love and beauty and all things abundant. There's nothing you have to do. It's, you know, it's about being authentic with this Aquarius energy. Being authentic. Yes, you are thinking of others, but also while considering others, you know, Aquarius is the humanitarian, but also the individual, right? The individual, one with divine, that has and keeps in mind the humanity as whole. You see, there's one man who's holding these crystals with his heart activated. Okay? That is the individual together. That's what we're learning right now, to be individuals together. That is the essence of interdependence. To be individuals together. Plant seeds. Look, take tiny actions and release expectations. Thank you. And the mind hustle here. Plant seeds, take tiny actions, right? You don't have to do grandiose gestures and make all these crazy things go happen. You know, just serve. Be in the mentality of service. Check in on friends. Buy someone a coffee. Drop everything and just help. If you can't afford to buy someone coffee, check in. You know? Give them a text saying, I'm thinking about you. Give them a call. Have a conversation. Ask them how they're doing. Ask them how their family's doing. If you can't do that, send a prayer. That's more powerful than you know. People think, well, because I can't see it, touch it, taste it, you know, lick it, smell it, then it doesn't exist. Then it doesn't actually happen. Then it's not real. Then it's not doing enough. But this is what Spirit is telling you. Stop trying to do so much. And just be. Manifest. Again, I'm not going to say the words that are on here. Manifest some things, okay? Passion, persistence, patience, patience. Emphasis on the patience, okay? Be patient as you're manifesting. Surrender your fears today. Do they serve you? Are they true? Work through it. Surrender your fears. Manifest and surrender your fears. Okay, we might be in fear of manifesting because we're not being patient, because we're worried that we don't have enough, we can't serve enough, we can't be there enough. We're putting too much emphasis on doing. But look, be still. Go take a nap or just zone out. Just zone out. Take a nap. Take a bath. Take a walk. Just lay and be still. Breathe. Take 10 deep breaths. Release the thoughts in your mind. Okay, our ego is always going to tell us that that's not enough. You could make $1 million and the ego will tell you that there are 1,000,001 things you need to buy, and it'll still never be enough. Okay? So just remember that you are enough, and it's okay. This is beautiful. It's okay not to be okay. So for those who are going through this major space of feeling so tired, burnt out, worried, exhausted, depleted, overworked, underpaid, obligated, right? It's okay. Release those fears, surrender those fears, find peace knowing that you have the capability to move through this. Be still. I love this. Manifest, surrender, be still, and it's okay not to be okay. Find peace. And serve. These might be some key words for you today. Serve, manifest, surrender, be. I'm hearing grounding, stability, find peace in, and I'm hearing find peace in divine stability. This is the true leap of faith. I'm hearing for some people. That Spirit's telling me. Right now, you might be in a major transition. Maybe you left a job. Maybe you left in a relationship. You know, maybe something is shifting. Maybe someone has passed and you're trying to transition into more independence or following your passion or trusting. Spirit has cleared the way in some way, shape, or form for you. And maybe you didn't understand why it was being cleared that way. But now you're understanding that it was being cleared that way so that you could move in a different way. That you could manifest by being still. That is so, and it's interesting that the masculine of King of Crystals is coming out, that masculine energy, because masculine is all about that do, the protector, the provider. But I'm also hearing you can protect and provide, you know, balance with balance. You can protect and provide. You can protect and provide by being still. You don't have to do so much. I'm also hearing Spirit is your protector and provider. Call upon the Holy Spirit, the you know, whatever word you want to use, source, divine, God, creator. Sometimes, and it's funny because I was just listening to some astrology updates last night with Molly McCord. I really like her astrology as well. And she was saying that this is a time, a period where we are being encouraged and almost forced to slow down, to be still. And it's been that way for the last 5 years, right? 4 years. But this is another time. This is a reminder that, like, we can still do, you can still manifest without having to constantly moving actively with action in the distorted, hyper active masculine mentality. Because hyperacting, over moving, overdoing, overproducing, that'll cause burnout, and it can actually be counterproductive to what you're trying to manifest. It doesn't mean you're lazy. I also heard a podcast yesterday saying it doesn't mean you're lazy, and I just burped. I realized I didn't even realize that burp just came up. So if you heard that, sorry. But this little tiny burps are kind of shaman bodily communications of releasing fear. Okay? So the masculine collective within ourselves and within the entire collective is learning that there's a lot of burnout taking place. That doesn't mean you're lazy if you are resting, if you're being still, if you're, you know, listening to your body, you're tuning in, you're taking a break. The distortion of this world might tell you that you are. But we're learning now as a collective that that's not the case. I'm only going to take one card here. And we have these cards. Oh, these cards came out in reverse. It's funny. Beyond the mind. There's beyond the mind. The heart chakra, unfurling back to love, fur and feather friends, trust your innocence, and the ethers. The seamless unspeakable. That's ground zero. 0 point. Number 11. Okay? That's that Two of Wands energy. The rod and thy staff comfort you. Of ascension. of growth. Trust. Trust your innocence. Trust when, trust when your heart tells you it's time to move. Trust your heart, I'm hearing. When it's time for you to move and when it's time for you to rest. When you realize that you are transitioning, you are grieving, you are moving timelines, shifting from lower density frequencies of scarcity, of fear, of lack, of guilt, of shame, out of poverty mentality and into your abundance mentality, your birthright mentality. Stability and protection and abundance is your birthright for all. Trust. Trust what your heart has always told you to do, to follow it, because that is divine. That is spirit. You may not be able to speak it, but you feel it. So follow it. You may not be able to articulate it. That's why you're being told to be still. And there's some background, noises happening now, if you can hear them. And these are like the leaf blowers and stuff like that. And so maybe you're just feeling like you're just like blowing in the wind. Maybe you feel like you're just being blown around and there's no direction to go. That's where you need to be still the most in order to manifest, in order to surrender those fears, in order to recognize that you're not okay, in order to start from ground zero. Maybe you're feeling distracted by so much background noise, right? So this is an interesting message. It's beautiful. It's empowering. Thank you, Spirit. I hope that it was helpful for someone out there. This yellow is calling to me the solar plexus, because we keep seeing the solar plexus coming out of Lemuria as well. So maybe that solar plexus, again, releasing that shame so you can move into your highest version of yourself, so you can follow your intuition, so you can follow your self-will power. Know who you are. Know thyself. I've just started listening to this podcast on YouTube. Thank you, Mom. Know thyself. And I was listening to it right before I set everything up. And it's really, really good. So maybe that's something that you guys want to listen to as well. But I hope this helps. Spirit says this message is complete. And if you liked this message, if it resonated with you, feel free to give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, Princess Leah 888, and hit that notification bell so you can know whenever I'm going live. Once again, for my 21-day soul cleansing journey that's starting on the 12/12 portal, I'll be going live every day for messages from Spirit as we in this beautiful month and year, taking those beautiful steps, releasing fears, right? And finding your bliss and taking transformative actions into this new year. So that's something that is interesting to you. Again, make sure you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss the live. If you do miss the live and you want that replay, email me at femrems811@gmail.com so that I can get that live emailed to you. If you want to be a part of the extended weekly readings, absolutely message me as well. You can, and get some tea going in that VIP area. Until next time, my beautiful beloveds, have a wonderful day. Peace and love. Namaste. Bye.